we are going to start. We are going to start with the part 2 of our symbols of air, land, and water. But before we do that, as always, I love going through those Art Explorer rules. Who's got something for me? Who wants to volunteer? Everyone should have their hand up by now. I know you know many of these. Molly Jo.
Do your best and forget the rest.
Oh, such a good one, right? Because we should not be stressing out if it doesn't come out right the first time. That's why we do it in pencil, right? So you can erase it. Not quite, you know, your head is telling your hand something and your hand is not quite getting it. You just erase it. No sweat. Yeah, just do your best. That's all anyone can ever ask. Right, right. Lucy, did I see your hand up?
Yeah, I actually have a question.
Sure. What's your question?
I can't hear you.
My question is, what do we need for the thing today?
Oh, well, that's a good place to start. We need our artwork from last week. You got
Oh,
that?
I forgot.
That is the most critical because we are continuing on. And then because it's the same project as last week, we need our watercolors and a paintbrush and some water. And of course a pencil, because first we have to draw, and a Sharpie. I think I got it all. Oh yes, something to dab up the paint with. I use a cloth, but if you've got a napkin or a paper towel, that's good.
I'll go get all my stuff.
Ready. Good. Good.
I need to go get all my stuff. I'll be right back.
Okay, that's a good thing to do. Molly Jo, you got something to wipe up any paint with? You have something like this or a paper towel or something? Awesome. Some people like to mix their paint on the lid of like a cottage cheese container or yogurt container. That's also awesome. Sometimes we put down newspaper on the table because the table can get wet, but that's really a personal choice. Cool. Sammy, you're gonna go get something? Looks like she's going downstairs for something. All right. Cool. All right, so everyone's got their supplies or going to get them, it sounds like. Look at Isabella, she's getting her water ready. I like that. She already knows she's going to be using light colors today. All right. Okay, let's get back to rules. So we heard the really good one that Molly Jo gave us. Try your best and forget the rest. Thank you for volunteering that, Molly Jo. Emma's got her hand up. I wonder if she's going to share her most favorite one.
Notice and observe.
Yes, she is. She's going to share. Notice and observe. She is an expert at noticing now. Yes, she is. Shape, line, color, location on the page. What does a rabbit actually look like? All those things are important when we're creating art. Okay, so we got 2, which means we got 2 more left. 2 more left. 2 more left. Okay, Will, what do you want to say?
Don't judge your art.
Yeah, that goes under how I would say there's no right or wrong way to be an artist.
Yeah.
You know, artists.
Well, another one is have fun.
Oh my gosh, you know 2 more. Yes, you're right. You're right. So we're not going to try to judge our art, right? I mean, it's good to look at it unbiased and say, how can I make it better? But it's not like this person's is better than that person's. We all create different kind of art. We're all artists. As long as you're creating art, you are an artist. That's all that really, really matters. Good. And Lucy's back. You ready, Luce?
Yep, I'm sorry. I just took forever and I really needed a snack because I just came from home.
You are a busy girl running from one thing to the next. Okay, we are ready for sharing a screen. So let's go find it. Here it is. Share. Ta-da. Everybody see day 2?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Cool. Let me see if I can adjust this because I don't really need to see my face. There we are. Oop, that even works too, as long as we had so many people we have today. Cool. Okay, day 2. We are talking about the land, what we might find inland in the woodlands. And we're talking about graphic symbols. Now, just to remind you about graphic symbols, which is the same thing as graphic representation. Who would like to read what kind of characteristics go into graphic symbols and graphic representation? Emma, yes, could you please read these bullets down below?
Simple shapes, flat colors, not blending,
Mhm.
not realistic.
Right. So we don't expect to see images that look like a real rabbit, like a photograph of a real rabbit. They tend to be much more simple shapes, and there's no blending that goes on. It's really just like each shape is one color. So you'll notice that. So as we know, we are talking about the rabbit. This was the composition that we were kind of copying. We've already done our owl and our fish. Today we're going to focus in on the rabbit, done by Celestino Piatti, who was that wonderful Swiss graphic artist. All righty. So could I have everyone's attention and have them have empty hands, please? I see.
Are we also going to color the owl?
You bet. We are going to complete the entire thing. So the plan is first we're going to draw the rabbit, and then we're going to go and we're going to paint the owl and then paint the rabbit. Sound like a good plan?
Yep. Also, I have a question.
Yeah, what's the question?
My mom's not here, and I'm kind of wondering, like, what time the class ends. Do you know?
The class ends at 5 o'clock.
Uh,
We got plenty of time. It's an hour and a half. Plenty time. Okay, so here we go. We are going to talk about the rabbit. And this, is, as I said, is Celestino Piatti's rabbit. I only found one other rabbit done by this artist. He's awfully adorable, wouldn't you agree? Sitting in a clover field. Those are little clovers that he's sitting in. And there's many different ways we can do a rabbit. Of course, there's the more realistic way. Would everyone agree this looks more like a realistic rabbit? Would you agree? Realistic or no?
that is so cute.
Yeah. Where did Will go? Will, you disappeared on me. There you are. Okay.
I don't know what happened.
All right. Well, what's happened with the video? No worries. Yeah. So here is our realistic rabbit done in watercolor paints. And would you say this is realistic or more of a graphic representation? What do you think? Who wants to volunteer? More realistic or more of a graphic representation? Emma, yes.
Realistic.
Realistic is right. We just lost Annabella's signal. Let me just text her mom. All right, yes, so definitely realistic, right? It's got lines in there, just like the fur would be, and it's got shading in certain areas that underneath his feet, you know, down here where it's dark. So this is definitely more of a realistic looking rabbit. Now on the other side of things, this is what we call a graphic symbol. Anyone familiar with what a logo is? Anyone heard that word before?
Logo?
A logo. Yes.
Is it new?
What do you think, Lucy? What's a logo?
A logo is, it can maybe, oh my gosh. It can stand for a company.
Yes. Yes. Anyone want to add anything to that? Yeah, it would
After
be,
I'm done eating.
it would be an image, a picture. It can or cannot have letters with it. It doesn't have to have letters with it. But these would all be examples that are both graphic symbols. It's a symbol that stands for something, or a logo. And you can see, right? It's only one color. And don't they look flat? Can you see that there's not too much 3D-ness about these images? They all look really flat. So a logo is an example of a graphic symbol. How about these guys? Would you call that a graphic symbol, or would you call that something else? Would you call that realistic? Internet issues. Okay. Emma, thanks for your hand being raised. What would you say?
Graphic.
Definitely graphic, right? All of them are white, no other color, and they're like very flat. No shadow, no shading going on. Definitely no blending because it's only one color, right? All right, who's ready to guess the next one even before they see it? Who's gonna be brave? Is it
Question. I have a really big question.
what's your big question?
Why are those rabbit's ears like all the way like? They're like in between.
Oh, like this one here? Probably because he turned his head around and it flopped back. The gravity.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, good question though. All right, we're gonna see if we can get Annabella coming back. There she is. I see you. Are you there, Annabella?
Yeah.
Cool. You didn't miss that much. We're talking about the difference between graphic symbols and realistic or 3D items, and we're kind of guessing, are they a realistic image or are they a 3D symbol? And we are on this slide. Who would like to say whether this is more realistic or a graphic representation? What do you think? What do you think? Will, what do you say?
And the realistic,
I agree.
on the realistic side,
Yeah.
because it has a lot of details that a rabbit would have in real life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of a simple color, just black and white,
Yeah.
gray,
Yeah.
a little bit of gray.
Yeah, but you're right. It is a realistic. They actually call it a sketch. Sketch is another word for drawing, right? You can
Bunny
actually
sketch.
you can see the strokes of the fur. You get some shading like behind his head, under his chin, under his belly. Helps you look, makes it look more 3D. Inside his ear is darker. So yeah, I would definitely call this a realistic drawing or sketch. How about this guy? What do you think of this guy? How about Molly Jo? Would you call this a graphic representation or realistic?
Graphic, because it doesn't really look like realistic. It looks like the one we saw like the company stuff.
Yep, the logos. It looks like a logo, doesn't it? Yeah, very good. They're actually just very simple lines, right? Super fat, but very simple lines. But yet, this is a rabbit. Is there any questioning whether this is a rabbit? I don't think so. It pretty much looks like a rabbit. Wouldn't you all agree? Cool. Annabella, could you put down your paintbrush, please? Thank you. All right, how about this one? Would you call this one realistic or more graphic?
Graphic.
Graphic is right. This is done on a computer. Now, what tells you it's graphic and it's not realistic? There's a couple cues here. I need both of these images. What tells you it's not realistic?
Well, one of them, both of them don't have that like much hairs.
Right, you don't see those strokes from the hair. Absolutely. Any other?
They're just solid colors.
Yeah, and they're solid colors. Nice. Any other clues? Will, what do you think? What other clues do you see?
The bunny wouldn't be standing up holding a carrot in his hand
That's
and
right.
smiling with his eyes.
Overalls!
Look at all
The
those
overalls!
right? Rabbits
I don't
stand up on the sides like that.
Anybody would be wearing.
Carrots like that. There's one other thought I have. Yes, Annabella?
The eyes.
Yep. The eyes definitely look cuter. How about these eyes over here? We know rabbit's eyes do not look like that. Molly Jo, what do you want to say?
The arms.
Oh, the arms, right? Yep, and then with little fists. And one other thought. I don't know.
I know it. I know the thought.
What?
I think. Is it the bunny wearing overalls?
Yeah, how many animals have clothing on, huh? Not many. Maybe a dog with a jacket on. Other than that, that's a good question.
When we go for a walk and it's raining, my mom puts on a jacket on my dog.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. All right. I can't see everybody. Let's see that. Okay. Let's keep going. How about this? Graphic representation or realistic? Sammy, we haven't heard from you. What do you think? Graphic or realistic? Sammy? you understand the question?
Wait, what did you say? Sorry, I can't hear you.
The question is, would you call this graphic representation or realistic?
Please say that one more time. Sorry, my dad's on a call.
Okay, would you call it graphic representation or a realistic looking rabbit?
Graphic.
Exactly. Right? Flat with black lines. You guys are getting the hang of it. This guy, he's kind of in between. He's not. He has some of the features of a realistic rabbit, but it's definitely hand drawn. It's done on the computer. So that I would call that more on the graphic side, but he's kind of a mix. How about these? Would you call that realistic or graphic? What do you think, Emma?
I think realistic.
Yeah, this one can kind of go either way. I think it's more realistic because it's got some of that shading going on. You see it's fur, but it's a bit on the cuter side, right? I mean, those look more like human eyes than they do bunny eyes. So, but I agree. I think it's much more on the realistic side. What do you say, Will?
I can kind of see something that says like I stoke,
Oh yeah, I
like in the background.
Yep,
I
That's the
stock.
company. That's the company that made this picture. It's called iStock. Yep. Here we go. Here's some more. Very flat, more simple looking. How about this? Does this even look like a rabbit to you? What do you?
No.
But you can guess that's a rabbit right away, can't you?
Kind of.
I think so. I think. All right, you guys are getting the idea of it. Just a couple more. This rabbit is the same as this rabbit. The only difference is the shadow is you've got the outside lines. And I wanted to keep this in here because this kind of shows you what we're going for. Our rabbit is going to have a profile. He is going to be looking to the right. And I just want you to notice how his back is super long. His ears are positioned at the top of his head. His nose, of course, is up in the top corner, pointing away. Here's the whole rabbit. That's kind of the shape we're going for today. Notice the cute tail, how it sweeps up like that. This is the same thing as this. This is just the shadow of this guy. Here's a nice drawing that's pretty close to what we're going for. Notice and observe how big that haunch, I should say. That's his back leg, got a big muscle because that's what's going to propel him forward and make rabbits so fast. So big old hind leg. And of course, cutest little tail. Maybe you can make your tail like this, which reminds me of a flame. Or maybe it's going to be more like a pom-pom. You're going to get to decide. So here's a project. This is kind of the rabbit we're going for. But you know, we do have some experts in making rabbits from my summer camp. Who remembers making something that looks like this, Molly Jo? In fact, I recognize some of these people. There's Colette, who would have been joining us, and Emma, and Lucy and Molly Jo with their rabbits that we made last summer.
Sorry, I had to put my dog outside because she was whimpering next to the door.
That's awfully kind of you. You see your picture? You did a great job. You too, Lucy, did a great job making your rabbits last year. And Emma, all you guys. So you're already experts. We're just going to do it from a different perspective. So let's get drawn. And just a reminder that my spring session is going to be starting. We have one more lesson next week. And then we're going to finish. And so far, I've heard from Annabella's mom and Emma's mom that you guys are going to be doing spring. So awesome.
Yeah, I think I am too. I just, I don't know if my mom's texted you yet.
No, she hasn't. So I'll be in contact with her. That'll be great. Love to have you guys along. Okay, so let's stop the sharing. And all your beautiful faces. Everyone have their artwork with them?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay, so before we begin, remember we drew those ruler lines. One was here on a diagonal, and one was down here, separating the fish from the rabbit. We are going to keep those lines there until we get to the rabbit's ears, and then we can erase them. We won't need them anymore. And we're going to start with the hind quarters, the back quarter. Here's my rabbit from yesterday. So there's the whole shape. Lucy, you doing okay? You lost your,
Here.
okay, cool. So we're gonna start with his hindquarters. What I want you to notice is it's pretty big. Remember, we talked about how big that muscle is. It's like 3 big fingers and probably 4 of yours in height is gonna fill a big section of his body. He's got some hunk of big muscle. So that shape is where we're starting is the letter C. And then if you want to use a ruler, you can. Notice and observe. Everyone got their eyes up here? Notice that you want some space between the very top part of your fish and the bottom of the rabbit. You probably want at least 1 finger separating them. So it's the letter C and a long straight line. Those are the 2 first moves. Go for it. Time to draw, Sammy. You got that already, Molly Jo? Wow, you're fast. Okay, I have 1 tip. Why don't you make that C even rounder? Make it a little higher. And remember, you can make it light, and then we're going to do it all in Sharpie when we're ready. Luce, did you do it?
No.
Okay, time for
Sorry.
drawing, everybody. Time for drawing. And then after those 2 strokes, I'm going to show you the next 2 strokes. So we get the whole rabbit's leg in there. So you're going to complete the circle. Oops. And then you're going to make like a slight hump where the toes meet the far line.
Oh my.
Way to observe, Molly Jo. Good noticing. Nice, good job. You ready, Annabella?
No.
Okay. So my suggestion for you, you're off to a great start. So Will, go ahead and make this part a little taller, right here.
Okay.
This is what you want to draw. The C is the head, and then the other part is the sleepy body. So a person is sleeping.
We're gonna connect them, exactly. I'm looking at Emma's. Emma, I didn't see. Let me see yours in a second. Good. So Emma, after we draw the head, we're gonna connect the leg to the head. And then you can look to see if you want to make your leg a little smaller. It might not have much space in the back. Leave it as it is for now. And then let's see if we want to scale it down a tiny bit after you've got your head on. Okay, so hold on to making any adjustments. Okay, awesome. Nice, Will. Way to go. Way to go. How about Sam? Not ready yet? Lucy, did you show me yours? Lucy, show me yours.
I'm still working on mine.
Okay.
Sorry.
This is mine so far. I still have to like.
I'm like making it, and it's just making me not feel like it's a rabbit.
Good. Okay. While those people are making their finishing touches, I will show you the next shape. The next shape, we're going up to the upper corner, and we're going to work on the head. And the head is what I would call a rounded capital letter D. Let me show you. So it's like the letter D, but things to notice. It does have a curve on the top of his head, and the top is closer to the part near the ears is closer to the upper edge, and the nose is a little bent down. So his head is kind of bent, looking down a tiny bit.
Can mine be a small bunny?
Well, looks great. Yeah, good job. Nice, Molly Jo. Cool. Anybody else ready? Okay, Will, you did do the letter D. You're absolutely right about that, but this is what I want to show you. Look at mine for a second. My D is wider. So you're gonna need to make your swoop
Yeah.
down, and the stick actually is bent a little bit. So it's not a straight line.
It's not like a straight line like in
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Good first attempt. Yep. Sammy, you ready to show me anything yet? Nice, Lucy. You can make your jaw a little bigger if you want it, Lucy. Lucy, look at mine. You can make this loop a little lower and make your face bigger. Okay. Who else is ready to show me? Not yet. Still waiting for Emma, Sammy, Annabella.
But it's not
That shape is hard.
Nice foot. Okay, looking for the head.
hit a straw and it made a loud noise and I didn't even know he came into the room.
He came in. Oh yeah, Will, good adjustment. Nicely done. Nicely done on that. Okay. As we talked about, the rabbit's ears come from the top of the head, of course, right? They're not down near his chin, but they're not at the side of his face either. And in this drawing, the rabbit's ears are tucked behind each other. One is tucked behind the other. Let me show you. You can decide, let me show you two different versions. You can decide how flowy you want those ears to be. If it's a true graphic representation, they were pretty strict, kind of not as swayy. Yeah. So can you see the difference between the two? Here's another version. If you want something that's a little bit more realistic. Nice job there, Annabella.
Alexa,
There's another one. So Molly Jo, it's time for drawing, sweetie. That looks good, Luce. Good job. So we got three different versions of ears. You can make them more flowy, you can make them more pointy. You going for a realistic or a graphic representation. And I'm gonna go in right now and I'll put in the line for the pink inside so you can see that. And you can make your ears as long as you like. You do not need to pay attention anymore to that diagonal line. There you go. Let's see, Molly Jo. Bring it down a little lower. I think you're under the right track. Here's my suggestion for you, Molly. Make the top line curvier. Make it wider so you have more space to fit in some pink because we're going to be painting pink in there. Okay? And for those people who are waiting, we can go and we can erase that diagonal line between the owl and the rabbit. Don't need it anymore. And we don't need the line between the rabbit and the fish. Those were only for spacing. So I'm taking my.
I really like how my ears turned out.
Oh, they're great. Good job. There you go. Molly, you want your ears any wider? Or are you happy with them like that?
He with one like that.
Okay. It's artist discretion. Oh, Will, good job. Emma, I didn't see yours. It was up and down really quick. Will, yours looks good. Nice. Nice. And Annabella, good job. How about Sammy? I haven't seen Sammy's in a while. Are you going to share, Sammy? Okay. So things that, next we're going to do the eyeball. Things to think about. Do you want more of a graphic representation or a real eye? Celestino Piatti did really basic circles. He did your basic circle with a dot in the middle. Just almost like that owl and the fish. That's how he would do his eyes. If you want to do something a little bit more realistic, it'd be more like this with a little almond shape and some skin coming out either side. You decide, are you going for realistic or graphic representation on the eyes? Way to notice, Emma. Okay, I know which version you're doing. Sammy, you ready? Nice, Will. Wow, good job. Are you sure you're only in second grade?
Yes.
That was really good.
The one I think I've done my best on was the owl.
Your owl's awesome. Super cute. Really good. Okay, let me put mine in. I'm going to go with the basic graphic representation. Just the basic circle with a dot for the pupil. I'm going to make it, my pupil a little bigger maybe than he would have. And then I'm going to do the nose while I'm here just to show you. You got some options on noses. You can do kind of a curved pink triangle. What I do want you to notice and observe, everybody look up here for a second. I want you to notice that little part of his skin that meets his mouth. His face is a profile, so we would not see this little loop very much. You only catch a little bit of it. This side is much bigger than the other side because he's given us a profile. Let me show you two versions. There you go. But in both versions, the mouth, you only see one all the way. The other, you see partly. Does that make sense to you guys? I didn't say that very clear. Does that make sense to you? Give me a head nod or
Yes.
something. Yes, good, good.
Me, it does.
Good, thanks.
This is what I did.
Oh, he's adorable. Oh my goodness. Super cute. Super duper cute. Luce, how are you doing? Oh, Emma. I want to meet you.
I'm doing something really important right now. I'm trying to like make my colors perfect for my
Nope, right now we're drawing. I don't want to see any painting. No color yet. Oh, Molly Joe, love yours too. Looking great. Great. How about Annabella and Sammy? Sammy, we're moving on even though I haven't seen yours, so I hope you're keeping pace with us. What else? Emma, did you put the line for the pink in the ears? Did you do that? Go ahead and do that. Go ahead. It's nice when you have a big space because then you can really kind of play with some of that pink in there. Okie doke. So we got a head and we've got a hind leg. Now we are going to meet those two. We're going to gather them together. But what I want you to notice and observe is the space for the neck. So notice that there is a decent sized space. The neck does not come up to where the ears are. It comes down kind of low. You do not want the neck to be too wide. Lucy, can you take a look, please? So what we're going to do is we're going to take a ruler and we're going to draw a diagonal line from the top hump of the back leg to his neck, making sure you leave enough space below the ears. And you might not get it right the first time. I did not get it right the first time. First time I drew that line, I'm like, huh, my neck is way too fat. So you might be doing it more than once, and that's just fine. Yes, someone said
Oh, that was me. Sorry. I was just talking to myself. I'm really weird.
No worries.
Ooh, whoa, that turned out like a good line. Wait, can I see the photo again? Oh, I just did that line. Is that all you did?
That's all I did. I drew the back.
All right.
Line. Definitely a graphic representation because the rabbit would be more curvy than that. Nice, Emma. Will, how about you? Whoa, nice. Then we're gonna do from his chest, and you gotta make sure his leg is not too thin. It comes down about in the middle of his chin, kind of middle of that letter D. So you can see it's looking like a triangle right now. And then you want to make sure that the front leg is not too thin, but not too fat. Somewhere just in between.
I put mine like at his head.
Right at his head.
That one needs to be a
And I'm
little.
gonna go ahead and finish his body so you can see how it all connects, because you might have to do his belly more than once also. There we go. So his belly runs somewhere in the middle of his long leg. I'm checking out Emma, looking good. But notice how much space is in here. There's a fair amount of space. Good, Molly. You can make, Molly Joe, make the space right here a little wider. It's a little skinny. And this is what I would definitely call a graphic representation, because he's only profile. Nice. Only profile, we're only seeing one side, one leg in the back, one leg in the front. But if you were doing more of a realistic version, you would tuck the back leg behind God and his front leg behind. Or you might give him a little split in the front. So those give you some options. If you want to go ahead and make him look more realistic, you can go put in legs 3 and 4. I'm going to keep mine as a graphic representation with only leg 1 and 2. So there's
Sam, can I see yours? I need help on
two
erasing.
versions.
That's gonna be it.
Samantha,
Are we going to paint now?
I want to see yours.
I got one more important thing I can think of. Oh, 2 actually. You know, if you're waiting patiently, you can go and cover everything in Sharpie. Because everything needs to be put in Sharpie. And then we're going to erase. Sammy, you ready? I'd love to see. I haven't seen yours since the leg. Ta-da! There we go. Oh, I love that head. Nicely done. So Sammy, if you want, you can put in your lines for the pink inside his ears. Oh, you decided to take a full piece of paper. Okay. Cool. And the last step was, don't forget his tail, our little cottontail. The way Celestino Piatti did it was kind of a upward hook, but you can do it however you like. Okay. And then of course, once you get all those Sharpie lines in, take that eraser and erase any of the pencil lines you still see there. Good observation, Lucy. Way to check it out. What you looking at? Got it? I'm going to be erasing my lines.
Miss Kenny, can I see yours real quick? I need to see a little part. Can I see the one with like the cool legs, like the more detailed legs? Oh, you're frozen.
You're frozen. Am I frozen for anybody else?
Yeah, you're frozen for me. And I think
You're not frozen for me.
Yeah, I think it's you, Luz, but it'll pop
You're
back.
not frozen.
Oh, okay, there we go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so also when you put them in the back, should you probably make them like a little bit darker?
When we go to paint them, definitely, because they would be in the shade, shadowy.
Oopsie daisy.
Oh, other things. Yes,
Are
what?
we gonna paint the owl?
We're gonna paint everything. We are finishing today. This
Oh,
whole
wait, the whole class?
we're gonna finish this composition today because we have a new project next week for our last week. How you doing, Molly Jo?
Finish.
Benito? Oh my goodness, look at how cute. Well done, well done.
1 sec.
Okay. How about everybody else? Annabella, did you, you're doing Sharpies. That must mean you're getting close there too. Cool, don't forget a tail.
I'm almost done.
Good. Other things, this rabbit has whiskers. And he's got little dots near his nose. Everybody look at those little dots. So you probably have a Sharpie in your hand. Go ahead and whatever, 3 to 5 dots near his nose and cheek. And give him some whiskers. Typically, if you're doing realistic, the whiskers have a bend because gravity pulls them down. So they bend down if you're doing a realistic version. If you're doing more of a graphic representation, you could do whatever you like. Maybe they're straight out.
I'm ready to paint.
Hold on. Super cute, Will. Looks good. Let me put my little whiskers on. Oh, one other thing. Again, artist choice if you want. You could put one little seam for his toe because he's got some hunkin' big toes.
My dog's
Here we go. Oops. We lost Sammy.
Uh-oh.
Who'd we lose? Oh, Annabella. Back. Ah, I love it, Emma. Looks great. Now,
Miss Carrie,
yes.
I have to go.
You're leaving already?
Yes.
Okay. I will send your family the recording so you could just see how we paint the rest.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Catch you
Bye-bye.
next. Bye. What was I gonna say? Oh, if you were painting a more realistic version, you're probably gonna leave his belly white. The belly underneath is white. So I just do a light pencil line to tell me, don't put any paint on his belly. That's only if you're doing the realistic version. If you're doing more of a graphic representation, you can paint the whole thing.
I'm trying to.
Hold on, Sammy was saying something. Sammy, what would you like to say?
But
Did you say something?
I was trying to. When I was tracing it, I realized that I did one thing wrong.
Oh, tracing with the Sharpie?
Yeah. I may or may not accidentally drew a line.
You want to show me?
Here. When I was doing a Sharpie, a line, when I was trying to lift up my Sharpie, just popped up.
You know what? It happened to me too. You probably can't see mine, but I got a scratch. Once you get the paint in there, you'll never notice it. Never notice it. Okay, we feel pretty good about what we did in terms of drawing. Yes, Will.
Can I start painting right now and do whatever I want?
Let me tell you about painting, okay? Couple things about painting. I have only one requirement for color, and that has to do with the eyes.
Of the owl?
The owl eyes, Celestino Piatti painted his the outer ring of his eyes either yellow or red. This is
Okay.
kind of an orangish red. That is my only requirement for painting a color. I did want to talk about painting overall. So everybody lift your heads up for a sec. Especially if you're going to be doing more of a realistic version. The inner, can you see how it's darker pink in some parts than others? Can you see it's like?
Yeah, it's like that's like professional like watercolor, you know, like.
Thank you so much. So the way you get professional looking is what we call wet on wet. You would paint just with water inside his ear, and then you go and you dot the pink inside. You can get either lighter or darker. You paint with water first. That's called the wet on wet technique. You're putting wet down for plain water, and then you're putting the color. Okay. Oh, I forgot to ask this question. We are doing watercolor painting. How do you get a light color when you are watercolor painting? Who remembers? How do you get a light color if you are watercolor painting? Lucy.
I actually just forgot. Oh wait, you mix the paint with the water.
Right. You add more water if you want a light color in watercolor painting. So everybody lift their heads up. Look at how I painted this rabbit. These are some choices you have. My brown is actually this color.
This is so annoying.
I want
have-
it, hold on. This is the color of my brown, but I wanted a light brown rabbit, so I needed to almost paint with dirty water. It is mostly water and very little color. Now I'm also betting nobody has a gray. You probably have black, but you don't have gray. So if you're going to make a gray rabbit, it is almost all water and very little black. If you wind up with a color that's too dark, all you've got to do is get your rag and go like this, and that some of the darkness will come off. So if it's too dark, you just take your paper towel or rag and you can pull some of that color off. Okay?
All right.
All right. So light means mostly water. My guess is somebody in this group is going to paint darker than they want, because black is a really dark color. If you're going for gray, you're gonna paint with like dirty water. You're really painting with dirty water. Okay, so let's start with the owl first. Owl eyes, either red, orange, or yellow. You ready, Molly? Go for it. I'm right here if you got questions. I'm gonna see if I can find some kind of music. This is nice. Everybody has started painting?
Before you
Nope.
ask, this is
Yes.
Outlining.
Okay.
color on.
Dogs need to walk forward and make the cat food. If you running and
Yeah, I got a 30 call.
stop facts on what's happening. Okay? I was just on mute for that one. But we don't have to eat.
I know, what are you drawing?
Rabbit.
Yes, Scout just ate the Scout sneaked the cat door to the garage. The cat.
You like it, Dad?
Ah,
I'm done.
good bark.
Like,
Was that Scout? I think that was Scout. Ready for some painting?
See can I please see the painting again?
Sure. Here we go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Eraser.
All right. Sorry. Crazy.
All good.
We did the fish.
Everyone ended at a different place on the fish, so we're just focusing on the owl. You need to go back to the fish. You can do more fish.
No, it's okay.
Oh, another thing we noticed. Everybody lift your head up. Heads up. Heads up. Will, you ready? Notice how the space around the eyes are white. That's going to
Yeah.
make the eyes pop out, and most owls
Yeah.
or white space. Don't paint inside around his eyes.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mrs. Kenny, I already did that last week.
No worries. If you did, no big deal. That'll be your interpretation, Emma.
Accidentally put it in the eyes a bit, but I can go over with
It's all good. It's all good. Okay, anybody else want to take a peek at this before I put it down? Good?
Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. So happy I lift up my head.
I'm glad you're happy. Hey, we are trying to make it fun, so that's good.
Honey,
Yes.
so can I please put black inside the eyes because I accidentally put red like inside the eyes when I was painting.
You want to put black inside, like the pupil?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you can if you already put water down, you probably won't be able to put a Sharpie.
See, look, like there.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Sammy, how you doing? You're awful quiet.
Hang on, sorry. I made a gray and white one.
Nice.
I just need to finish coloring in the eyes.
Okay.
More beautiful movie.
Sorry, I get frustrated like super easily.
Tell me about it. What do you get frustrated about?
Like when I make something like really wrong, like I try doing a cool technique and it ends up like turning out like absolutely terrible.
Well, there's a couple things I noticed.
I don't
Right?
really like
That
my
goes
bunny.
under the rule of try your best and forget the rest. So no stressing out. And I applaud you for trying something because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And you don't know until you try it. So good for you for trying something different. So try not to be hard on yourself, okay, Lucy?
All right.
All right, don't
Lucy
be hard.
Wanda.
Do not be hard on yourself. You don't know if you can do it until you try. Now remember, if you don't like some of the color, you can just hop with your towel and then pick some of it up. Yes, Sammy.
I don't really like my bunny.
What are you not
So
like? You moved it too
knowing
fast.
that,
Wait.
Earlier
do
I-
it again.
I sketched out another one.
Oh, he's cute. He's cute. Nice job. Super cute. Yeah. You want
But I
to
don't know what color to do
put
it,
some
so-
eyelashes on him. You
What?
can make cute little eyelashes on a closed eye.
Probably.
If you haven't heard already, there's some very famous artists who have done the same exact piece of artwork more than 12 times before they got it right. Sometimes it just takes practice.
Did you know that the person?
Looks good, Molly Joe.
Did you know that the person who made the Mona Lisa did really cool technique? And when you go to the left and the right, it looks like it's looking at you.
Isn't that scary?
My friend told me that a couple of days ago.
That's true. That is a true statement. I've been fortunate enough to see the Mona Lisa in Paris.
Now I need to get more gray.
Yep, lots of water for gray.
I'm going to try it first on my paper towel.
I'm glad you brought that up. You can try it on a scratch piece of paper. Yep, or on the paper towel. That's true. You try out your colors on another thing so you don't have to get it on your masterpiece. There you go. So you probably only need just dirty water.
I will be right back.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
This is a cool color.
What color are you
If
doing?
you mix black with red, put your brush in black first, then put it in red. Makes a cool
Ooh.
color.
So what do you got? You got like a dark red?
It's like a brownish kinda.
Brown. Yeah, I could see that. Yes, Sammy.
When I was catching up on the on the art project yesterday, I was looking at the video and then I realized you have your own YouTube channel.
I do.
You have
Look,
4
watch
subscribers.
all the videos.
Yeah, so many people subscribe, huh? That's not my objective. I only do that so I can share those big videos with you. And you might even see.
You get money if a lot of people subscribe and like the video.
That's right. You can
Oh,
make a video.
like and check. I learned how to make gray. You get
There you go, Molly Joe. Yeah, lots of water.
then you get something like this.
Cool. Good experimentation.
My mom's had to clean the table again.
Oh,
Okay.
so Will, have you done the LPI video art lessons?
Yes.
Which ones have you done?
I haven't done a lot of them.
Uh-huh.
I've only done a few. Here, let me go get one.
Okay.
This is Linda. I'm holding my cat like a baby.
Aw.
Oh, that's how I hold my cat sometimes. They're like,
Bunch of love. Brown cat.
He lied. Nope.
I have to get the hose. First, I'll try to sing.
I feel bad for my cat. He just face planted on the floor when I let go of him.
I think this is one we did.
Let's see.
I don't know what to call him.
Does that look like an LPI lesson?
On like the videos.
Makes great.
Yeah, this was one I think we did.
Okay, I believe you.
Oh,
There's 2 second grade art teachers, so maybe the other art teacher did that one.
yeah, maybe it was the other one. I'm not too sure.
The last one that I just did was of a dragon.
I'm not very happy with you. Well, I like it. I like it. It's just the only colors I have are dark, so all my things are like black.
So what are you gonna do about that? What do you think you need to do?
Look.
Yeah, so you can hop your paper towel on your rabbit and see if you can pick some of that black up.
You know what I did?
What did you do, Molly?
I got black, put it my paintbrush for like a while, and like put it in. And also put it in like, and also like I put it in like one of these things.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Sprayed some water inside of it, and it made gray.
That's cool. You can mix it up a little bit. Add more water. You got it.
yeah, my gray is just turning out amazing. Like, it's
Good.
weird.
And does everyone know about mixing in the lid of your paint container? Right? These are great little mixers. They've got dividers in the middle. You can add a lot of water in here and get a light color.
I have a really good mixer in my house.
Good. I'm so glad to hear that.
We haven't used
I
it.
have to go.
So we haven't used it.
You're gonna get ready to go, Sammy?
Yeah, I have to go to Taekwondo.
Okay, so you're all done, right? So I don't need to send you the video. You finished? Cool. Make sure you take some pictures. Nice job. Nice job
Bye.
on that rabbit. Love it. All right, good to see you. Bye. All
Sorry.
right. We got some time, everybody else. We can just hang, so no rush.
Hang.
Hang together.
Put some red. I'm making like
Oh, yeah, it's raining hard at my house now.
Is it?
Yeah, I could try to show you, but I can't really. It's hard.
I'm gonna believe you. You don't have to show me.
my computer outside. Oh, my mom's computer.
Let's see.
I once tried to. This is how my old iPad broke. It was dirty, so I went to go wash it, and I didn't know that if you put it in some water, it will break. I put it inside the sink, so much water and soap to clean it. My mom and dad didn't know this.
That much water?
But don't worry, water mix.
Yep, mix it all up. Does anybody have the blend colors? Anybody can make purple or make orange?
Using spray. Okay, spray always works. Spray. God, it's getting my.
This is my rabbit. I did my rabbit first.
Ooh, nice gray. Look at that. Nice.
And then I did my fish.
Cool. Well, if you want, you can do the dots in your fish. You don't have to. You can leave them white. Either way.
There's a little technique I want to do, so I'm gonna do it real quick on the fish. I saw you do it, and I thought it was like super cool. Do you mind if I do it?
Right? I like mine white. It's completely the artist's decision.
Okay. I'm almost finished.
Okay, what, Molly Jo?
I'm almost finished with my bunny.
Cool.
Done with my art. It's drying.
Hey, so Will, were you able to get some of that black off your rabbit?
Yeah.
No.
And I have another tip for you if you want to make it even lighter.
What?
What you do is you have to clean your brush so it's completely clear,
Yeah.
no paint on it at all, and then go right over the black with a brush full of water. Swoop, and you'll actually get some paint on your brush, and you can wipe it off. The paintbrush will actually wipe up some of the black paint. That's another
Okay.
way to make a lighter color. If you want to do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you put your bunny's eye where you want?
What else? Will, did you paint your polka dots? I don't know if you want to do that. Did you paint yours?
Yes, I did.
Yes, Polka?
Can you paint your bunny's eye? Whichever.
Well, it probably would be white. So you don't need you don't need
This
to
is Kenny.
edit it in. It's okay. This is your art. This is your art.
This Kenny.
Yeah.
I just got a notification from my computer and it says like you need to restart your computer. So I'll join back maybe in like a couple minutes.
I wonder what that's about. Oh, you know what? I bet you're getting some kind of
It's a I've a computer. It's a software update. Something with settings.
yeah. So I think you can hang on, Emma, until for a little while. I wouldn't
Okay.
go.
Like my updates are like when I'm in
Take some
bed.
time to reload that new piece of software. So hang out with us. You know, the computer is not going to explode. I promise.
Why would it just like things are going wrong? I'm gonna explode.
You know, some people are worried about the computer. Are you done, little Dan? Dancing Molly Joe?
It has to dry.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gotta dry.
Mine's drawing. I'm done.
You
I
did it.
really don't know what to do here now.
So, Will, which of the three animals do you like the best?
I like the owl.
You like your owls? We're proud of
Yeah.
you. Nice, Molly. I'm looking at it. That's great.
Thanks. I had to be on the computer.
Oh, you know what? I noticed one thing about your drawing, Molly Joe. What? I can see this.
What did you
Oh. Okay, you know what I noticed?
What?
I noticed and observed on yours. You didn't color in this piece right here.
Oh, okay.
What color are you gonna do that?
first.
Wait, you didn't color in that piece. Then why does she have to?
You colored in the space around the eyes. So that's why.
I finished that. I'm gonna get them all.
I really don't know what to do here.
Well, Will, if you're done, you can go if you want. You don't have to hang out.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask my mom if I can do this again next time.
We love it.
Next week. So she might text you.
Okay. Sounds good.
Bye.
Sounds good. All right. Well,
Yeah, same with mine.
Sounds
Same
good.
with my mom.
All right.
Bye.
Cool. Sounds good.
Mom, are you gonna hang on?
We lost a lot of people. Where'd they all go? It's just you and me, Lucy.
No, Molly. Oh, hey, Keens. I can see you in the thing.
Molly Joe's gonna entertain us while we paint.
The mirror.
Hello. Yeah, the mirror thing.
Roses.
Kenan, look it.
Oh wow, it's like family time. Hi, Liz.
Yeah, everything's done. This is the only people left.
Lucy, can I see yours?
Yeah, 1 second. Let me just do this real quick. Yeah.
I made gray.
Oh, good job.
Here we go. Look at Lucy's. I'll take a picture of Lucy's.
Oh, Luz, I love it.
Isn't it awesome?
That is awesome.
Mommy, look.
I'm not done yet, though, so.
Gray.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on it a little more.
Yeah, Molly Jo was on it. She knew to experiment with her gray on a separate piece of paper so it wouldn't be too dark. She did
Wow.
that all by herself. Good job.
Dominic, you want to say hi to Mrs. Kenny?
So you're more happy about
Oh, Lucy, say hi to Dominic.
Oh, hi,
Hey.
Dominic. Hi.
Get in the picture. I'll take a picture of your whole family.
Here, wait 1 second. Okay.
Yeah, Keaton. There we go. We'll get the cousins. There we are. Awesome.
Great.
I'm home. I need to get
We all play we always do a Zoom like every night. Well, not like every single night, but we do this Zoom with all the cousins sometimes, and we all play this game. And it's like there's 2 games actually we might play, and we all play this game. And we're like, let's go here. It's just so fun.
It's fun. It's a way for the cousins to hang out, right?
Uh-huh. Since we can't really do any sleepovers anymore, things like that.
No, it'll be soon.
It's been raining literally all day.
I know.
No, we can't really ride our bikes.
I don't know what to do now that I'm finished.
You're finished. That's it.
That's it.
Ta-da!
And I'm done. Yay!
Well, let's say we say bye to Lucy and Mrs. Kenny and say thank you.
Heading out? Okay, I'll see you.
Bye.
Thanks, Linda.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. I haven't just.
I'm gonna head out too, Luce, unless you have a question.
All right, got it. I'm all done right now.
All right.
Here, this is how it looks.
Ah, Luce. Okay, let me see your face. Let me see your smiling face too. Nice. And then don't forget, tell your mom to take a picture of you.
Wait, why does she need to take a picture of me if she can see me on Zoom?
Because the quality of the picture your mother takes is better than the picture I get on Zoom.
Whoops, I almost slipped.
Make sense?
All right, guys, thank you for the wonderful art class. I will tell my mom about texting you about the next art class, okay?
Sounds awesome. Bye. Sounds awesome.
All right, bye. Wait, okay. How do I leave this?